Welcome to Red Fox Hockey here at West Point. Stop swearing. Welcome back, folks, to Marist Red Fox Hockey. Sorry for the technical difficulties here today. We don't have our usual broadcast squad here. We're here at West Point, watching Red Fox Hockey take on the Army Black Knights. Face off in the Marist Red Fox zone. And they move it to center ice. Officiating discussed it, decided to move it back to center ice. Zach Taylor on the draw. Lining up a number 7, Nick Gray on the Army. Wong beat by 70, number 70 Delia. Pass out in front. Shot missed wide, wrap around, just missed. And Kyle Butchick takes it up. Big collision there by Zach Taylor. Butchick loses the puck and gives it to Nick Gray. Nick Gray tries to move it up, but it's turned over to Michael Russo. Played out in front by Liam Monahan. Jack Woodhead moves it over to Wong. Back to Woodhead, up to Michael Russo. Russo looks to Butchick, and it's turned over to number 9, Luke Dwyer on Army. Michael Russo moves it up, but it's intercepted by number 8, Brad Mackin. Back to Mackin. No icing on a tip. Russo goes to play the puck behind the net, leaves it for Johnny Wong. Johnny Wong looking for options up the ice. Armada takes it up, hit there by Luke Dwyer. Trying to get some momentum here for Army. Wong looks up to Armada. Armada gets hit along the boards by number 8, Brad Mackin, defenseman on Army. Few bodies laid by him there. What do you think about that, Kellen?
Big hit there on the boards there. Armada coming in, streaking in, and 2 guys just went for the body. Great play by Army there.
Playing a pretty physical game here is Army. Now it's John Heaney. Dumps it in. Collected by number 15 on Army, Brendan Connor. And now a break for Army. Jack Sexton, and smothered by Anthony Russo. Good little break there for number 18, Jack Sexton on Army. Just got by defenseman on Red Foxes. Smothered by Anthony Russo after a shot to the logo. Army's up 2-0 on shots against Marist with 16:55 remaining in the first period. Draw one by Army. Missed wide. Oh, hits the post. Donahue picks up the puck for the Red Foxes. Turned over to number 2, Chris Tanner. Chris Tanner shoots that high and wide. Here goes Dan Donahue trying to break it in for the Red Foxes. Tamer picks it up for Army.
Great forecheck there.
Here comes Tamer, moves it up to number 16, that is Caleb Kaiser. Caleb Kaiser up to Maxwell Johns. Johns gets bodied there by James Stevens, the freshman for the Red Foxes. Here's Nolan Faraday trying to collect the puck behind the net. Pass out in front. Army scrambles and collected by Declan Gannon. Gannon back to James Stevens. Stevens high off the glass. That's to Martiano. Martiano to Donahue, and it's a turnover by the Red Foxes, but it's offsides for Army. Starring got the puck on the blue line, turned it offsides. Kellen, pretty high-paced game so far.
Yeah.
What do you think?
A lot of in-zone pressure here from Army. Marist and Foxes need to clear the puck here. Big hit by Christian Wild over the boards. And here goes Stoneman on a break. Goal! Scored by number 13, Tyler Stoneman. What a break there from the Marist Red Foxes. As they lead 1-0, 4 minutes into the period.
And the Red Foxes go up 1-0 with 15:41 left in the first. Tyler Stoneman on a breakaway, goes high blocker side on goaltender Liam Monahan. And it looks like Marist is gonna take the lead here. Army looking to get a comeback goal here. They dump it in deep.
We should probably watch it back.
We apologize that the video cut out as Tyler Stoneman scored that goal. We are having some camera difficulties here.
Just bear with us here.
Puck picked up by Bobby Starring. Starring over to Wyatt Simetros. Wow, that's a big name. Johnny Huang up to Michael Russo. Michael Russo tries to get around Stiaris. Stiaris intercepts that pass. Turned over in the red line by Army and jumped in by Butchik. Michael Russo on the forecheck, and that's collected by 25 Stamarichis. Trying to get it deep as the Army. But it is passed up the ice by Jack Woodhead. Michael Russo gets in a little tangle there, and that's out of play on a shot by Woodhead. Draw one by number 22 on Army, Ben Gosher. In the corner now, backhand pass. Battling for it, Sexton. Sexton to Gosher, intercepted there by Armada.
Great block.
Armada gets a break here, and it's a 2-on-1. Armada with Argento back to Stevens. Oh, just missed wide, and there's a scramble in front of the net with Argento. Up the ice, looking for a break. His Army on the hard forecheck is Henry Miller. Henry Miller tries to intercept it. Sacco, and he does it, but it's out into the corner. Pass out in front for Sexton, and it's missed wide. Russo smothers the puck, holds onto it for a whistle. Red Fox is getting a forward change here. Yeah, that was a pretty good play. I mean, D'Argento and Armada went on a 2-on-1 there. Kind of a misread pass, back to James Stevens. It turned into a 3-on-1 with Stevens coming up the back end, and just a misread pass. What do you think there?
You know, I love the forecheck I'm seeing out of the Red Foxes here today. A lot of intensity so far in this game, and this is a great game to watch right now. Love what I'm seeing here.
Army has possession in their own zone now. A dangle there by Caleb Kaiser, the senior from Fairport, New York. And he's tripped there, and that's going to be a call for the Red Foxes. Nolan Faraday gets a tripping call on Caleb Kaiser. Caleb Kaiser trying to break in there, doing a little move between the legs. Nolan Faraday's big stick intercepts, and unfortunately gets a tripping call for the Red Foxes. That's a 2-minute minor at 13:18. Once again, folks, we apologize for any camera quality issues. We do not have our normal broadcasting equipment today. Here's a shot by Army on the power play. It's 27. Bobby Starring, a junior from Millersville, Maryland, over to 4. Shot into the chest of John Wong. That's blocked and moved out by John Wong. Bobby Starring picks up the puck, moves it in for Army. Here's Charlie Arano. Arano over to Maxwell Johns. Arano to Johns. Picked up by Caleb Kaiser in the corner, battling with John Wong. Kaiser up to Chris Tanner. A shot for a tip, and it's smothered by Russo. Some shoving in front of the net by Christian Wild and Kaiser. Kaiser, the assistant captain from Fairport, New York. Making some pretty good plays here for Army. Slap shot wide by Army. Oh, and a great save there by Russo on the rebound. Army not really setting up anything on the power play here. And that's dumped out by Taylor. Here's number 8, Brad Mackin, collects it at the red line, intercepted by Taylor. Taylor battling. Taylor gets a break, and then he's tripped. That's going to be a call against Army on Brad Mackin, the 6'1 junior from Anchorage, Alaska, going to the box for a 2-minute minor for trip. Marist and Army will go on a 4-on-4 here. What are you doing? Agreed. Is it just a box? Chris Tamer brings it into the zone for Army. Charlie Arano looking to set something up, back to Tanner. Bobby Starring dumps it in. That's over to Arano. Arano looks to Kaiser. Kaiser misses wide, and that's back to Anthony Chambers, senior defenseman from Littleton,
Big
Colorado. Hit there by Jack Taylor. Intercepted by Sacco in front of the net. Great play there. And there's a penalty called. We're not sure who that was called.
Zach Taylor.
Jake Taylor.
No, Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor?
Yeah, big hit.
Big hit there. And he's going to the box.
Very questionable call here as the referees are discussing in center ice.
It looked like they collided with each other there. We're not really sure what the call is against Taylor. Caleb Kaiser and Taylor had a collision against the wall by the Marist bench, and it looks like Taylor's going to get the end of the penalty on that one. Marist just got short-handed as well. Excuse me, they just got the upper hand. They just got Nolan Faraday out of the box after a tripping call for 2 minutes. They were on the power play, and now Taylor brings it back to 4-on-4 for the Red Foxes.
Just like that, we're back to 4-on-4.
Chris Tamer trying to make something happen for Army, but it's intercepted by Michael Russo. Michael Russo looks to take the puck, brings it up to Christian Wild. Christian Wild and James Stevens on it, that is Williams. They were going on a 2-on-1, but it was broken up by the Army defense. Flipped up and out by Arono. Picked up by Wong. Wong to Wild, back to Wong. Over to the captain, Christian Wild. Looks up for Russo, but
High
it's
stick
tipped
there.
high. No high stick called there for Army. Woodhead tries to break up a play behind the net. Michael Russo in front of the net, but nobody was there. Broken up by Army. Big hit there by number 22. That was Ben Gosher. Shot just wide by Aruno. Army picks it up in their own zone. Looks to break it out. Looks wide. 27, Bobby Starring picks up the puck. He breaks it into the Mariners zone. Little punch turn there. Picked up. James Delia has it now. Back to Aruno. Good save there by Russo. Rebound in. It's saved. Broken out by Tyler Stoneman. And they're saying Taylor's call was an illegal contact to the head. It was only a 2-minute minor, though. Army with the puck in the zone. Wyatt Smetris moves it up high. Maxwell Johns. Smetris. Up. Slap shot by Army on the point. Miss wide. And that's broken out. Shot just wide. Gets it out of the zone. Army has to regroup in their own zone now. Behind the net. Captain Chambers has it behind the net. Holding it. Waiting to set up a play, and that's moved up. Broken in by number 9, Luke Dwyer. Luke Dwyer has against the wall, battling with Marist. Pass in front of the net, that just goes wide. Michael Russo picks it up, a pass to Butchik, and he misses that, and that'll go for icing. Folks, please bear with us if camera quality been pretty bad today. We're trying our best. We don't have our usual home equipment. Away games are a little tougher to broadcast at, so please bear with us. Michael Russo takes it out of the Mariners zone now. Big body there by Mackin. Butchik goes in to grab it. He takes a spill. Brendan Connor passes that up. Army looks to break it in. It's John Neos. Intercepted in the hash marks. Turned over again by the Red Foxes. Shot. Good save by Russo. And that's cleared up by Nolan Faraday. Wagner. Butchik breaks it out. Butchik has it. Pass over to Armano. Oh, sorry, that was Martiano. Bobby Starn goes off sides for Army. Army's not too happy with that call. Face off just outside the Red Foxes zone. Army with the line change. They're going with Gosher, Miller, and Sexton on the forward end. Starring and Smetris on the D end. Starring goes to play the puck on Martiano. Stevens picks up the blue, keeps it in, pass to Nolan Faraday. A wind-up shot, blocker save by Monahan. Broken in now by Henry Miller. Miller over to Chris Tamer, but it was broken up by a Marist player in the zone. Dumped in now by the Army defense, and a big hit there by Martiano. Nolan Faraday goes high off the glass, and that's number 2, Chris Tamer. Stopped the blue line, and it's picked up by Anthony Chambers in the Army zone. Chambers looking to do something, dumps it in high off the glass into the Mariners zone. Picked up by Henry Miller. Battling now is 17, Chambers, Stoneman in there. Scrum for the puck here. Refs are going to let him play it out. Stoneman throwing some bodies. Stoneman pushing around, trying to get that puck loose. Broken up by Army, and they're both going now. It's going to be a 5-on-5 for Marist and Army. matching penalties.
Little scrap
Probably
there
for roughing.
going on from Richie Williams. And that'll be a matching penalty.
Looks like it's Williams. Williams for Marist and Miller for Army. Two minutes each for roughing. Faceoff's going to be in the Marist zone. Miller, a sophomore from Chicago, Illinois. Messing with Williams against the wall. Gets two matching penalties for roughing. It'll actually be 4 on 4. 4 on 4. Kaiser wins the draw for Army. Kept in the zone there by Starring. Broken out now by Sean Bruno. Bruno looks to the middle of the ice. Nobody there. Army brings it up. Kaiser breaks in. Looks to want it for a shot, but he goes around. Woodhead battling with him now. Another scrum in the corner. Tyler Stoneman tries to be at that puck. Woodhead up, and that's out, and that's going to go for icing.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the penalties. Army number 10, Henry Miller, 2 minutes, roughing. Marist number 6, Richie Williams, 2 minutes, cross-check.
Look at this, bro.
Draw won by Marist. Back to Jack Woodhead. Woodhead over to Wong. Wong back to Woodhead. Up to Sean Bruno, and a good breakout there. Up to Tyler Stoneman. Stoneman breaks it in deep in the Army zone. Battling against the wall is Stoneman and Samaritris. Bruno gets in there. Big scrum there in the corner as Samaritris takes down Tyler Stoneman. Now broken up by 4, Charlie Arono. Arono drives it wide around Wong, and that puck is loose in the corner now.
Whoa.
Wong gets held off. Little stiff arm there by Arono. Up to Kaiser behind the net. Kaiser battling with Woodhead. Up to Arono. Shot just wide. Picked up now by Starring, the assistant captain for Army. In front of the net by Arono. Arono to Kaiser. Gloves it down for himself. Kaiser goes back to some... Sorry, that's Starring. Moved into the zone by Connor. Now battling is Arono, and Stoneman's helmet falls off. That's going to be a breakage of play. Pretty physical game so far, Kellen. I mean, both teams laying the body, both teams getting into scrums along. We just had 2 matching penalties for roughing.
Yeah.
What do you think on that end?
Very intense game here so far. You know, great break earlier in the period for the Red Foxes as Tyler Stoneman picked up on the loose puck and
For sure.
buried it blocker side.
Can't see anything now, but there's a shot there by Army from the point. Wild picks up the puck now. Raymond Corno,
The kid Ray.
number 10. Wild playing physical against the wall. That's on the defense of Brad Mackin. And a goal by Army. Unfortunately, you cannot see the stream currently. The camera is having difficulties, but Army just got a goal. It was by number 23. Excuse me, yeah, 23. 23 for West Point. Gets that one. Little broke it into the zone, a shot from the slot just by the glove, or the blocker of Anthony Russo. Tough bounce there from Marist, but they win the draw. Collected by Wong. Wong to Woodhead, back to Wong. Up to Kyle Butchick. Butchick takes a shot, that's rebound. Juicy rebound there for the Red Foxes. Now it's Taylor, up to Russo. Shot by Butchick, but that's blocked by Marist defense, and now it's covered by Monahan. Broken in by Army. Chris Tamer. Blockered out by Russo. Picked up by Butchick in their own zone. Breaking it out is Michael Russo. Russo looking to make something happen. Takes a shot on net. Blockered away by Monahan. Battle behind the net. Taylor gets pushed down by 2 Army defensemen. No call there. Here's Dwyer. Dwyer loses track of the puck by Woodhead. He dumps it up to Chris Tamer, the assistant captain. Now moved over to Bobby Starring, the other assistant captain for Army. Starring takes it around the Tavares defense. Good save there by Russo. Starring picks the puck back up on a turnover in the Red Fox zone. Missed high and wide. Picked up by Armada on the blue line, but it's turned over again by Army. Army gets another chance in front of the net. They look to wrap around. Turns the other way. Picked up now by Army behind the net. Starring makes a move. Shot on net, just wide. Dwyer goes back into Wagner. Wagner to Nios. Nienhaus, excuse me. Bobby Starring with the shot. Good save by Russo. Smothered, and Michael Russo gets pushed down up high. After the whistle, Russo. And Russo giving him a little
bit of controversy going on
there.
there.
I don't know what to call that. Give him a salute. Army's peppering Marist currently. They're up shots 13-4.
Look at Armada.
Armada gets a break here past the Marist defense. Gets through. Broken up there by Brad Mackin on a big hit. Shot
Yeah!
Jake D'Argento gets it loose in front.
Great
5-hole on Monahan.
Jake D'Argento.
And Marist will go up 2-1 with 2:25 left in the first period. That was a great goal there, picked up in front of the net by D'Argento. Armada made a great play moving into the zone. Made an effort to get in front of the net.
Great forecheck there by Alex Armada.
Agreed.
The Minnesota high school product.
Army will win the draw here. Back to sophomore Brennan Connor, over to Mackin. Matt Sacco behind the net. Gives it back to Armada. Armada, whoa, high up into the Marist bench.
And Armada almost just took out coach.
Almost just took out our coach. Face-off will be in Marist zone. Tyler Stolman. Broken out for Christian Wild. Stolman. Wild battle for the puck. Army goes off sides. Picked up by Sacco. Sacco to Williams. Sacco up to Wild. Wild almost goes over the boards on a big hit there by Anthony Chambers, the captain for Army. Big kid, senior, 6'1" from Littleton, Colorado. Here's Chris Tamer. Tamer goes high and out of the zone. Picked up by Army at the red line, but it's broken up by Sacco on a step. Richie Williams now gets it out of the Marist zone. Picked up by Tamer. Tamer looking to get it in for the Army. Good shot there off the blocker, off the glove of Russo. And Tamer picks up his own rebound off the glove shoulder of Russo and shoots it low glove side for a goal. Tough play there for Marist. Chris Tamer just made his way through both defensemen there. Got his own rebound off Russo's shoulder. Nothing they could really do there. Marist looks to get back here on the face-off draw on center ice. Scrum in front. Army comes up on top. Now it's 23 for Army. That's Michael Fremgen. Michael Fremgen scored the second goal for Army. Excuse me, she scored the first goal for Army. High and out for Army, out of their own zone. Nolan Faraday looks to go pick it up with a hard forechecker. Nolan Faraday scrum in the corner there with Henry Miller. Big hit there on Michael Russo. That was again Henry Miller laying the body. Here's Wyatt's Marist. Marist into the zone. Tried to be stopped by James Stevens, but it goes behind the net. Picked up by Nolan Faraday. Nolan Faraday goes high off glass. And that's broken in to the Army zone. Picked up by Gosher. Gosher goes high. Broken up by Taylor. Taylor picked up again by Gosher. Charlie Arano. Starring keeps it in the zone. Starring whiffed. And that's turned back, but picked up by Brad Mackin. Shot blocker saved by Russo. And that's the end of the period, folks. Final shots for the period. 16 Army, 5 Marist Red Foxes. Score is Army 2, Marist 2 going into the second period. We'll see you in 20 minutes, folks. And welcome back here. Marist Red Foxes hockey. They take the ice for the second period. Starting lineup for the second period for Marist. On defense, Sacco, Matt Sacco, number 23. Richie Williams, number 6. On the wing, you got Kyle Butchick, Michael Russo, and Zach Taylor taking the draw. And the draw won by Army. Picked up and dumped into the zone now by James Delia. Picked up by Richard Williams. Mac behind the net by Matt Sacco. To Matt Sacco. Sacco body there by Army. Taken in front of the net. Shot, score. That was number 22. Ben Goshen, the senior from Attleboro, Massachusetts, 6'3". Big kid there. Makes his way to the front of the net. Just over the glove side of Anthony Russo. Nothing really they could do there.
Not the start of the period Marist was looking for.
Indeed.
Obviously a failed clear by Sacco and came right back the other way. Hopefully they could get their feet under them while the ice is clean and get back to their winning ways in the first period.
Tyler Stolman takes a draw now from Marist.
Yo, we don't have any audio. No audio, boys. You turn on? Yo, check if you have audio.
Army shot on net, stopped by Russo. Back to Chambers. Chambers with a shot on net that one. Sean Bruno on Chambers. Dumped in the zone now by Chambers, and Bruno picks it up behind the net. Woodhead gets it wide around, back to Chambers, picked up along the wall. Bruno goes to intercept, but he misses. Woodhead, pass out in front for Army, and push into the goaltender.
Oh boy. Russo's down in the crease.
Russo is down in the crease. He gets up, he looks to see, he seems to be okay. James Delia, a big kid, pushed into goaltender Anthony Russo. Tyler Stolman exchanging some words with Delia. Marist talking to the officials, trying to just get a breakdown on what happened there. It looked like James Delia was pushed into goaltender Anthony Russo, which ultimately knocked the net off.
Light scrum. No one was hurt, and we'll go back to 5-on-5.
Looks like the officials are discussing now where the draw is going to be, and it's going to be in the Marist Red Fox zone. Nianis against Stoneman. Nianis ties up Stoneman to get it in the corner for Army. Behind the net on a bounce. Wild looks to pick up the puck. Big hit there on Wild by Wyatt Simitrus. Sean Bruno now into the zone. Trying to break it towards the net, but he's broken up there by Luke Dwyer. High off the glass. Army picks it up behind their own zone. That's Nianis. Nianis to Wagner.
Whoa.
Wagner looks to break it out. There's a scrum back in the Army zone. Picked up now. Wagner breaks it into the zone. And the Red Foxes, Sean Bruno and number 25, Samatris, are exchanging some words in the Mayor's zone. They bring it out to the neutral zone. And it looks like Wild's going to go into the box. And Marist is going to be down shorthanded. Sean Bruno talking to the officials now. Apparently Wild and Bruno in the Marist zone were exchanging some words as they called a delayed call.
Yeah, I think Wild took a hold of the stick of, I believe, number 17, Captain Chambers, and the refs did not let that slide.
Michael Russo has it in the zone now, trying to break it out on the Marist PK. Kept in the zone by Bobby Starring. Kept in again by number 14, Maxwell Johns.
Good clear by Taylor.
Good clear there. Monahan plays that puck up, and it goes right back to the Marist Red Foxes, back to Nolan Faraday. Nolan Faraday gets it high and out for the Red Foxes clear. Picked up now by Bobby Starring. Starring looks to make her way up the ice. Passes it to number 14, Maxwell Johns. Behind the net. Chris Tamer picks that puck up. Goes wide to Henry Miller. Miller looks to go wide. Broken up into the Army bench. 1:12 left on the power play for Army.
This is a chance Army has to put Marist away early in the second period here, 4-2. Hopefully Marist can
Army
shut this
shooting
down.
Marist, out shooting Marist, 17-5. And we're very early in the second period here. Here's stopped by Starring at their own blue line. Tries to make a pass up to Charlie Arono, but it was intercepted. Arono gets the puck eventually. Delia looking to break up Taylor throughout the zone. He dumps that puck in. Good PK here so far by Marist Red Foxes.
Just note, Marist number 12, Anthony Russo, is seen. He has left the bench
Michael
to go to the
Russo.
locker room. I'm sorry, Michael Russo. Not exactly sure what that's about. Big hit by Simmer.
That was James Stevens in the corner with a big hit. He's still going at it with Charlie Aruno, junior from Golden, Colorado.
Another
big
big
hit
hit
there by Stevens on Chris Tamer.
Oh,
and
a
he's
big
laid out.
hit.
Johnny Wong. And John Wong is down on the behind the Marist Red Fox net.
That was a heavy collision with two players.
Heavy collision there with two Army players. He went in with his arm first, and they're going to get the trainer out here. That was a scary collision there against the wall. Let's hope John Wong is okay.
May have just been winded there, but that was a very large collision to the end boards.
Big bodies going into the corner there. Battling for the puck. John Wong got on the end of it. Went in arm first. Looked to be a scary injury, but he gets up. He is okay. Seen him standing on the Marist bench now. Looks like he'll return into the game. But some big collisions there. Big hit by James Stevens. First entering the zone for when Army first entered the zone. And now Bobby Starring is out of the game. Looks like they just tossed Bobby Starring, the
Not sure
assistant
what that's
captain.
about.
The junior for Army. Possibly a boarding call. Wong was a little separated from the boards there on that hit. It's going to be a 5-minute for Bobby Starring.
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job. My dad said you guys are doing really good. There you go. Thanks to the crowd.
And note, Michael Russo who just left the bench, is back on the bench. Looks like he had an equipment malfunction. He'll be back on the ice for this upcoming power play. Russo was named a hard worker of the game last night against the season opener against Stack in the 7-2 win. And he went down with injury, and thankfully he is back. He's an important player to this Red Fox lineup.
Agreed. Very good offensive player. Tyler Stoneman takes a draw. The score is 3-2 Army. Marist is on they're in 4-on-4 right now. Marist looking to kill off. 10 seconds to go on Wild's penalty, which will eventually lead to a 4-minute and 40 power play for the Red Foxes. That was out of play there by, I believe, Army. And that draw is going to be in the neutral zone close to the Red Fox zone. Tyler Stoneman on the draw again with Sean Bruno to his left. Army wins that draw. Sack up to match Tyler Stoneman. Wild out of the box. Kept in by Williams, and it's broken up now by number 4, Charlie Arono. Here's Delia again, breaking it in. Saved there, smothered by Russo. Russo plays it up to Stoneman.
Oh,
Stoneman gets bodied there by captain number 17, Anthony Chambers, and there's going to be a delay.
Stoneman's been very noticeable. He's taken a lot of hits, but gotten right back up. And that's why he is the leading goal scorer for these Marist Red Foxes. He's been very noticeable tonight.
Hit there by a big body, the senior 6'1" captain, Chambers. Got all of Stoneman over in the Red Fox zone. Stoneman still returns. He's taking the draw now with Sean Bruno to his right and Christian Wild, the captain, to his left. One there. Williams, Sacco shot, steered wide by Monahan, and that goes out of play. Shots now 18-5. Army still ahead. Apologies, 18-6 for Marist. 6 now Marist, 18 for Army. 15:38 left in the second period. Army's on a 4:08 PK. Richie Williams picks it up along the blue line. Shot by Christian Wild, that's padded away by Monahan. Sacco turns that puck over to the Army offense. That's 22 Ben Gosher. He gets it deep. Stopped by Russo, and he's going to cover it for a whistle. Red Fox is looking to get a change here. They're going to go with their second power play line. Taylor, Russo, and Butchick.
With Stevens, and it looks like Raymond Corno on the point. Raymond, who has not seen a lot of ice in this game. Now with the injury to Johnny Wong, he will be inserted right into the lineup.
Hoping to make some good plays here. Here's James Stevens holding the puck behind the net, looking for options. Russo swings low. Stevens takes it, looks at Corno. Corno misses that pass, and that's out of play to the Army bench once again. Draw won by Army, 18 Sexton tied up. Taylor on that draw, that's dumped wide. Puck goes by Russo. Picked up by Taylor. Taylor taking the puck up. It's a 3-on-2 for Marist. Taylor takes a shot, blocking away. Rebound, save.
Good shot quality from Marist right there. Those are two good shots.
Good rebound, smothered by Monahan. Butchick picked up that rebound, read that play pretty well following Taylor on that initial shot. Marist getting some shots on the board here on their 5-minute power play attempt. They still got 3 minutes and 12 seconds left, being on the upper hand. Army still looking to kill, haven't got anything scored against. That's a shot there by James Stevens, seared away by Monahan, and that's broken out. Russo goes to play the puck. No one there. Army picks it up. That's Sexton. Almost tipped there by Arono. But now it's James Stevens. Goes to Kyle Butchick. Butchick to Corno. Corno intercepted by Delia. And Delia gets it deep. Russo stops it. Pass to James Stevens. Stevens takes it behind the net. Holds it in Gretzky's office. Leaves it for Taylor. Taylor gets by Celia. Taylor looks to shoot. Same area. Blocked away by Monahan. Corner looks to keep it in. Shot by Stevens. Tipped by the own defender on Army. That was number 15, Brendan Connor. And a hit there by the captain Chambers, and Russo is slow to get up. Looks like Russo is going to head back towards the Marist bench.
Oh.
And that's another big body there. Up high. Collision on Taylor. No call by Brendan Connor, the sophomore, 6'2". And I'm noticing here, Army's a very large team. A lot of kids over 6'2". A couple kids mixed in, 6'4". Charlie Aruno, their junior, starting left wing, 6'4" kid, big kid there.
Oh, big
collision,
hit by
center ice
D'Argento.
He exchanged some words with number 23, Michael Fremgen. Here's Heaney. Heaney looks. No icing called. D'Argento looks to pick up the puck. Sacco steps. Sacco keeps it in for Red Fox's shot on net, just wide. Or I'm sorry, that was steered away by Monahan, but it went wide. Richie Williams slaps away the body against the Marist bench. Error pass by Armada. Richie Williams lays the body on number 23, Fremgen. Good body by Sacco in the corner. Battling for the puck. Ben Gosher, Matt Sacco, Richie Williams. Puck gets loose. That goes to Fremgen.
Oh,
Saved
no.
by Russo. Just wide.
Missed coverage by
Gosher.
Marist Red Foxes. They had 2D in the corner and the forward behind the net. That was not a good play.
Body against the penalty box doors against Richie Williams. And that's deep by Matt Sacco. As Sacco gets a change for Woodhead. Woodhead looks to pick up this puck. Jumped into the zone. Stopped by Anthony Russo. Woodhead holding it behind the net. Leaves it for Nolan Faraday. Nolan Faraday leaves it back for Woodhead. Woodhead dumps that deep into the zone for the Red Foxes. Dumped out, tried to dump out by Army. No luck there, as it is stopped by Nolan Faraday along the boards. Christian Wild tries to make something happen, but it's turned over. And Army successfully killed off a 5-minute penalty kill. 5-minute power play. That was against number 27, Bobby Starring, who was ejected from the game for, I believe, a boarding call against John Wong, who has yet to touch the ice after his collision. There's an icing by Marist. And that'll be his face-off in their own zone.
Yeah, Zach Taylor seems to be okay on the Marist bench after a big collision. Marist has taken a lot of big hits. You see Michael Russo on the sidelines getting attended to. Johnny Wong looks to be back on the bench, ready to go back out. But a lot of Marist's top players are taking heavy bodies and going down. But that does say a lot about them. They're in the mix.
Shot wide, blocked by the Marist. I believe it went aired off a Marist forward. That's a loose puck in front of the net. Battling for it now is Army and Sean Bruno. Shot from the point, blocked by Nolan Faraday. Tying up the forward in front of the net. That was number 5, John Nienas, and that goes out of play. It looks like they're going to keep it in their own zone as Marist shot it out. Tyler Stolman lines up with John Nienas. Mian Haas. Luke Dwyer on the right. Charlie Clark Wagner to his left. Won by Nienas. Loose puck. Wild.
Oh.
Chips it. Broken up by Army's defense, and that's going to be a hand pass in the neutral zone. as you were saying, Matt, Taylor took that big hit along the Marist Red Foxes bench following John Wong's dangerous collision behind the net. So a lot of big bodies thrown around by the Army in the second period so far. Only 10:31 to go. Marist got to get a little bit more physical here.
Absolutely. You know, as Coach Tristan said yesterday, Marist was not going to beat Army by being a quote-unquote goon platoon, but they have done their own by they've held their own by being physical in this one. But a little bit more wouldn't hurt.
Here's Army looking to break out. Picked up now
Oh my
by
God.
Sexton. Sexton goes 2-on-1, but it's broken up by Woodhead. Good play there to get it out. Picked up by Brendan Connor. Brendan Connor battling with Tyler Stoneman. Going to get it now is Simitros. Passed way up the ice. Army looking to get it in. Shot saved by Russo. Russo trying to scramble back behind the net. That's picked up by number 10, Henry Miller. Shot just blockered away by Russo. Good save there. And it looks like Marist is going to go to the box. It's Jake D'Argento for a cross check.
If he cross-checked his stick over someone and it broke. Powerful
Marist gonna be
kid,
shorthanded
D'Argento
again
is.
here. Army on the power play here. Draw one by Army, number 22. That was Ben Gosher, but it ultimately went to the Marist defense, who gets it dumped out. Picked up behind the net is Tamer, the assistant captain for Army. Tamer takes it up, moves it to Delia. Delia taking it up the wing. Back to Tamer. Steered away by Russo.
Great
Good
play
save
by
there.
Richie Williams to box out in front
Blocker
of the
save
net.
by Russo. Good save.
Nice clear.
Good
Another
diving.
broken stick for Marist. Armada.
It's a good diving clear there by Matt Sacco. Now Tamer has it in the zone by breaking it behind the net. Tamer looks for options in front of the net. Goes behind. That is Chambers. Chambers trying to go to Delia, but he misreads that pass, and it goes over to the left side of the wall, left side wall. Looking for a one-timer there was number 22, Ben Gosher. Excuse me. Looking wide. Chambers misread the pass, went off his foot. Chambers picks it up now in the corner. There was a block shot there by Chris Tamer. Looks like it was blocked by Richie Williams. Charlie Aruna now. Aruna looking for options, up to Tamer. Tamer over to Chambers. Chambers takes a shot, smothered by Russo. And they get a whistle.
Good penalty killing by Marist to keep them to the outside. As this is a strong Army power play with left wing. Charlie Arano is playing defense along with Chris Tanner, respectively 6'3" and 6'4". Both of them have very heavy shots from the point. So good job by Marist to keep them to the outside and contain for Russo.
Agreed. Good
Stop
penalty
over.
kill here. Here is 15, Brendan Connor. Tip and scored. Great tip there by Luke Dwyer. Not much Marist could have done on that. That was a great shot from the point by Brendan Connor, and ultimately Luke Dwyer gets that tip. Luke Dwyer, the freshman from Syracuse, New York. Looks like he just got his first collegiate goal for Army. Army goes up 4-2 with 8:14 left in the second period.
And it looks that Johnny Wong is separating the forwards and the D and the bench. He looks like he is still in pain. We have not seen him back on the ice. And right now, it seems that Marist is running 5 defensemen. So we will see how that plays throughout the game. Right now they have two freshman defensemen, Woodhead and Stevens, on the ice. Trying to make a little bit of a comeback here. Still half the game to go.
Stevens over to Woodhead. Woodhead now with the puck. Looking for Bruno. Bruno turns it over in the Red Fox zone. Picked up now by Frengen. Now Wild breaks it out. Right back to the defenseman Brendan Connor. Connor over to number 11, Luke Jasek. Luke Jasek. Dumped out by Stoneman. Stoneman looking to break. He does not get there in time. Picking up behind the net is Brendan Connor. Taking it out of his own zone. Broken up there by Bruno, but he ultimately comes away with the puck. Stevens tries to break it up. Now it is picked up by number 8, Brad Mackin for Army. Mackin goes up. They're calling that one off for ice, no icing. Russo to Stevens, intercepted there by Fremgen. Nick Gray turns and fires, but it's blocked by Stevens, patted down.
Good pass by
Good hit there
Mariano.
by Martiano. 25 wide, Simitris. Great save there on a breakaway by Russo. Henry Miller broke it in on a breakaway all alone. Russo steered that away with his pad. Great save.
Marist defense called pinching there on the forecheck, and they got behind them. Luckily, Russo came in with the big stop. They're going to need more of that if they want any chance of getting back in this game.
Shot by Matt Sackos in and out of the glove of Monahan. Now it's broken out by Army. Shot there, good save by Russo. Rebound picked up by Chris Tamer, but it's steered away again by Russo. Army has it low, collects it. Getting it out now is Martiano. No icing called here. Picked up by Tamer. Tamer goes back to Simitros. Simitros up to Delia. Delia misses that pass. Nolan Faraday battles with Delia in the corner. Faraday takes a spill. Faraday losing his stick, and he picks it up, collects it, opens up, net falls
That's
off.
off.
No delay there. The refs continue to play. Picked up by Army now. Sexton. Sexton taken in the zone now by Connor. It's over to Taylor. Russo up to Butchick on a break. Butchick collects the pass, takes a shot, and that is blocked. Tipped up high by forward Charlie Aruno for Army, and that goes out of play. 5 minutes remaining here in the second period. Army up 4-2. What do you think our Marist can do better to try and get to a one-goal lead heading into the third period here?
Well, there's a lot of things going on right now that I see. One of them is that now that you're down to what it looks like to be 5D, you got to pick and choose where you're going to step. And last shift we saw one of the defensemen or two of the defensemen going on the forecheck, and that left a breakaway for Army, which, 9 times out of 10 they have a good chance of scoring. So luckily Anthony Russo is standing on his head and keeping them in this one. Also the shot quality is there, but we need more shots.
Nolan Faraday now with the puck, looking to get it deep for the Red Foxes, which he almost does. Picked up by 17. Chambers and here's Chambers. That looked like it was going to be an icing, but it ultimately came onto the Red Foxes zone, so Russo was forced to play it. Almost offsides there. Aruno has the puck now. Aruno driving wide. Turns, looks for options in front of the net. Picked up by 22, and that's another goal for the Army. 22, Ben Gosher wide open in front of the net. Makes a little nifty move around Anthony Russo. Wide open in front of the net, and that'll be Army's 5th goal of the game.
Just another defensive breakdown. Faraday and Stevens lose their man, and the third guy for Army just comes in, gets the pass, goes back door. It's the simple things that are costing Marist right now.
Army back in their own, back in the Red Fox zone. Now they're trying to break it out of their own zone. Up by number 8, Brad Mackin. Picked up by Bruno in the neutral zone. Up to Tyler Stoneman. Tyler Stoneman getting it into the Army zone. Looks to break it in front of Christian Wild, but nothing there. Picked up by number 25, Wyatt Simitras. Wyatt Simitras breaking around wide. Intercepted there by Raymond Corno and Tyler Stoneman. Army shot from the point, gloved by Russo. That was Chris Tamer with a one-time shot on net. Puck will be dropped in the Red Fox zone. Army looking to break it back in as they lose the draw and take it out. Corno turns it over to Anthony Chambers, who brings it back into his own zone behind the net with D'Argento on his back.
Great forecheck by D'Argento.
Agreed.
Another step by Marist. Now it's a 2-on-1.
It's a 3-on-1. Luke Jasek. Oh, Luke Jasek. Gray. And I believe that was Michael Fremgen as well with a 3-on-1. And an errant pass just didn't complete the 3-on-1 there. Dumping it in now is number 2, Chris Tamer, and they go to change for Army. Picked up by Woodhead. Woodhead up to Armada. Armada collects that puck at the red line. Trying to get around the Army defenders. Blockered away by Monahan.
I don't know about you, Adam, but I feel like the shots on net for Marist is not being fairly tracked.
Agreed.
We just saw a shot on net that was not tracked. 31-9 seems a little egregious for a 5-2 game in the end of the second period.
I believe Marist has more like 12 to 15 shots.
Yeah.
I believe Army does have 31 shots. They are peppering Anthony Russo, who is playing a great game despite the score. Not much he could have done on plenty of those goals. A lot of just breakdowns in their own zone for the Red Foxes. So if he continues to keep playing this way, and if Marist can kind of get some goals, get it back to a 1-goal game, bury 2 goals quick in the third period, they can still be in it here, folks.
Great hit by Taylor.
Russo shot on net off the mask of Monahan.
Another great forecheck hit by Taylor to get the puck turned over. Scoring opportunity for Marist.
Sacco in his own zone. Looking to break it out. Looking for a pass to Russo, but it was right to Army forward, excuse me. Army keeps that one in. Russo to Sacco. Sacco to Williams. Williams up to Russo, and he gets that deep. And Marist will change. Russo on the forecheck. Russo just misses that hit. Up to Delia now for a break. Delia tries to get by Stevens, but Stevens stops him at the top of the circles. Nolan Faherty goes up.
Nice job by Wild to beat that icing in.
Agreed. Stevens gonna battle with Delia as he picks up the puck along his own corner. Bruno to Faherty, but intercepted now by Aruno. Delia takes a puck off the
Take
back.
your time.
Stoneman trying to keep Army out of his own zone, but picked up by Delia at the blue line. Picked up by Tamer, goes through his skates, and he's battling with Stoneman in the corner. Shot from the point, goes wide of Russo. Stoneman and Tamer getting a little aggressive, and it looks like the Marist Red Foxes are going to be down.
Stoneman's going to the box. Looks like for interference, I believe. We'll see the call here as our cameraman is struggling to keep the recording on.
Marist on the PK now. Taylor gets that one out. Clears for the Red Foxes. 20 seconds remaining in the second period. Army behind their own net. That's Chambers. Chambers to Aruno. Aruno driving wide in the net. Goes around. Still keeping the puck. Slap shot on net. Off the crossbar at the final second of the second period. And that will do it. Army 5, Marist 2 at the end of the second period. Army up 32-11 on shots on goal, and Marist still has a penalty to kill with a minute 30 on Tyler Stolman's. I believe it was an interference call or unnecessary roughness, somewhere between that. Excuse me, Army is up 32-11 on shots. And we'll see you for the third period.
Hopefully with a new cameraman.
welcome back to Marist Red Fox Hockey here from the third period. If you're just tuning in, Army is up 5-2 on Marist. Marist is down on a penalty kill. Army's up on the power play with 1:30 left on that. That was against Marist Tyler Stoneman.
Let's see if Marist can hopefully kill off this penalty and then get going for a little bit of a comeback here.
Army in their own zone. Breaking up now is number 10, Henry Miller. Henry Miller, I'm sorry, that was Delia. Delia gets it in the corner. Over to Bruno. Up, slap shot. Just blocked wide off the foot of Rich Williams. Knocked down by Chambers. Chambers over to Tamer. Tamer looks wide. Arono over to number 22, that's Gosher. Gosher to 2, Tamer, and then smothered in front of the net by Anthony Russo. Zach Taylor lines up for the draw. Army wins it. Taylor tying up the stick there of number 25.
Oh, that's a hold. That's a hold.
And it looks like, Wild gets taken down. And he got one call against number 22. 22 on Army, I believe, for Gosher on a holding call against Taylor.
I can't believe the refs took that long to make that call. That was blatant holding of the stick. And I'm not sure why he's arguing it. That was completely obvious.
Ben Gosher's going to go to the box, and it looks like there'll be another 4-on-4 for 37 seconds until Marist Tyler Stoneman is released from the box, and then the Marist will go up on the power play. Taylor lines up for the draw. Number 4, Charlie Aruno. Draw 1 by Army. Collected now. Up to Charlie Aruno. Aruno battling along the wall with Williams. Delia turns the puck over to Sacco. Sacco behind the net. Delia attempts to attack him. Delia lays the body, picked up by Christian Wild. Christian Wild looks wide to Williams. Williams off the skate, turned over in the neutral zone. Aruno forechecking. James Stevens now protects the puck in his own zone. James Stevens takes it behind the net. Stevens leaves it for Woodhead with Delia coming on him. Stevens. Over to Woodhead. Woodhead back to Stevens. Stevens takes it up, looks for ice.
Oh!
And Stevens scores!
Simmer!
James Stevens with a shot from outside the blue line. Just trickles through Monahan. And Marist is going to go for a power play goal and make the score 5-3 here with 18:10 left in the third period.
Lucky goal, but it counts. James Stevens with his second collegiate goal in just 3 games. Suspended player Chris Satera has just joined us in the booth after a short but great performance last night against Stack, Marist's home opener, who was attacked by the goalie. But that's nor here nor there, as Heaney
Trying to get,
he
he takes down the Army defender right in front for Armada, and Armada off the pad of Monahan. Shot now by James Stevens again.
Another possible trip.
Body against Heaney. Heaney doesn't like that. Number 10, Henry Miller has the puck now. Armada up to Heaney. Stopped by Russo. Russo leaves it for Sima. Stevens over to D'Argento.
The Kid Ray.
Butchick beats that icing. Army's defense battling along the wall. Picked up by D'Argento to keep it in the Army zone. That's a high hit on Heaney and no call there.
Large collision.
In front of the net for D'Argento, and he misses the pass. Nolan Faraday shot on net, and it's smothered by Monahan. And it looks like D'Argento gets hit by number 18, Jack Sexton, after the whistle, and that's going to start a scrum behind the net. Heaney wants a piece of, looks like that's Brendan Connor. They're exchanging some words in front of the net. D'Argento gets sent back to the Marist Red Fox bench.
The United States military is not scaring the Kings of West Cedar here.
It looks like Sexton and D'Argento are going to go matching, as well as Heaney and number 17, Chambers.
Matching twos, it looks like.
Matching cross-check penalties.
Chris Satera getting a little rowdy in the crowd.
Heaney exchanging some words with the official, as well as Christian Wild and Chambers. Apologies, I thought Anthony Chambers was going to go to the box with John Heaney after, I think it was actually Sexton and Heaney were exchanging some words in front of the net. Didn't seem too friendly with words. But it's going to be a 4-on-4 with two matching penalties. Sexton is in the box, as well as, Sexton is in the box. And for Marist, it's going to be Jake D'Argento as well in the box. Matching cross-check penalties after the whistle. Marist takes a shot on it. That was Matt Sacco. Delia looks to break it out. Looking to Arono. Sacco now. Delia tries to lay the body on him.
Great play by Russo. Excellent pass.
Great save there by Russo. Good opportunity there by Charlie Aruno, and Russo read that play very well, blockered it wide. Here's Chris Tanner down below, the defenseman playing low. Up high,
Great
blocked
block by
Taylor.
Taylor. Wow.
Taylor ate that. Here's Russo along the wall, battling with Delia. Taylor lays the body on Delia. Chambers behind the net now. Chambers letting Army get a change here. Russo gets some pressure. .15 here. Brendan Connor looks in front of the net. Great save by Russo. That was number 21, Clark Wagner, with the shot off Russo's pad, wide open in front of the net. Here's Tyler Stoneman. Tyler Stoneman up to Michael Russo. Russo gets a break. Russo around the Army defense and loses the puck there. Word on the street, Michael Russo does not use tape. James Stevens up to Russo. Oh, and he got a piece there. Tyler Stoneman.
Tyler Stoneman's pants appear to be falling down. Not sure what's going on there.
Here's Tamer. Tamer taking it up the ice.
Video.
And it's back to 5-on-5. Jake D'Argento ices that puck. And there's going to be a face-off draw in the Marist Red Fox zone. Tyler Stoneman with a quite gear malfunction as his pant shell appears
Not
to be
sure what
falling
that was
down.
about. Marist has had multiple gear malfunctions. And just a quick note, Marist defenseman number 7, Johnny Hong, has not returned to the game. He was injured in the middle of the second period with a large hit in Marist's corner. And he has not returned. And suddenly, Marist's shots are 20. So thankfully, the shot counter has finally on par with the amount of shots Marist has taken.
James Stevens battles along the corner with the Marist forwards. Slap shot there by Army defense. Anthony Chambers dumped in on zone. And Monahan gloves that puck on a trickling puck, and that'll force a draw to the right side of Monahan in the Army zone. 14-11 here to go in the third period. Army still up 5-3 on Marist. Tyler Stoneman loses that draw, and it's back to Chambers. Chambers to Tamer. Tamer behind the net, battling with Stoneman. Stoneman looks out in front for Bruno, and Bruno just misses that shot there. Now it's taken out by Army. Army looking for a call there, as Luke Gasek was almost taken down there by, I believe it was Sean Bruno. Chris Tamer. Stoneman battling. Bruno up high to Sacco. Sacco with the shot. Steered away by Monahan, and it's dumped out by Army.
Not sure why that's not an icing. Did I miss something there?
Stoneman picks it up behind the net on a misread play behind the net for the Marist defense.
Oh!
Stoneman takes a body there from number 15, Brennan Connor. Shot there, and smothered by Anthony Russo. Shot there was by Ben Gosher for Army. Keeney lining up for the draw for the Marist Red Foxes. Delia with a shot. Great block there by Raymond Corno. Army keeps it along their blue line. Delia picks up the puck, and it's picked up by Heaney now.
Oh!
And it looks like Army's gonna go. Army's gonna go now. That's gonna be
Jake D'Argento always
be
seems
James
to be in
Delia.
the middle of something.
Yeah, James Argento takes a body there from James Delia, but he ultimately ends up in the box, and Marist will go up on a power play here with 12:40 left in the third period.
That's fire. That's
Really? Richie Williams now to Christian Wild. Christian Wild, a shot, gloved by Monahan.
currently in the booth with us is suspended player Chris Terra, and now injured player Johnny Wong has joined us. Marist now down to 12 forwards and 4D on the bench.
Army dumps that puck all the way down 200 feet. Anthony Russo picks it up. Sacco behind the net. Looking to make a play. Leaves it for Stoneman. Stoneman now looking for options. Passes it back to Matt Sacco. Sacco to Wild. And that's cleared out and sent down the ice by number 18 Sexton. Wild to Stoneman. Stoneman
Army
now
looking
has
for
it
a
in-
call. I believe they have 7 or 6 bodies. So seven people behind the bench. Not sure why there's so many people back there, but they're all barking for a call.
Russo out to play the puck. Leaves it for Woodhead behind the net. Picked up now by James Stevens in a bad drop pass by Stevens there. Picked up by Army. 2 great saves there by Russo. Off an unfortunate drop pass. Nobody was there to pick it up. Marist breaking it out, looking to set something up with 10 seconds left on their power play. Russo dumps it in. Stevens picks up the puck. Taylor trying to battle with 25. That is Symmetris. Stevens to Butchick. Back to Stevens. Stevens back to over to Taylor. Looking high.
Almost trickled in.
Almost trickled in there. But just went wide of the net. Stevens picks it up at the blue line. Stevens with a shot. Juicy rebound there, but nobody was there to pick it up, and Army jumps. Stevens into the zone.
Ever since Marist lost that 7th defenseman, Johnny Long, Stevens' ice time has increased, and he has been playing well. Very noticeable
Great
today.
save there by Russo off a hard shot up high by Delia. Out in front. Great, another save by Russo. Nolan Faraday now. Faraday up to Russo. Russo holding on to the puck, looking for options. Broken up by Delia, goes back to Faraday. To Corno. Corno to D'Argento. D'Argento makes a nifty move at his own blue line. Another one at the red line and dumps it in. Must say, Anthony Russo is playing a hell of a third period, keeping Army to All right, folks. Looks like our camera died, so we're gonna have a little radio show here. If you'd like to still tune in.
You could also watch this game at the Army West Point's YouTube channel and listen to us. They do not have commentary.
Great save there by Russo, standing on his head still, keeping this to a 2-goal game lead. Another great save by Russo, and Marist clears out, and they will take an icing.
Somehow it only lasts 5 minutes.
8:39 left in the third period. Marist trailing Army 5-3.
We apologize, folks, for the camera inconveniences. We have a very lackluster camera crew today, and we will be trying to improve for next week at Clarkson.
Agreed. We'll be doing our best to commentate and keep you updated throughout the game, although you can only see a Marist Hockey logo on your screen. If you'd like to see video quality, please tune into Army West Point's live stream. They are live streaming the game. Number 11 on Army, Luke Gasek battles.
Oh, the kid Ray goes
takes
for
it
a
in,
hit.
It's a 3-on-2 now for Army. Shot on net. Russo makes a nice save down low. Brendan Connor picks it up high for Army. Down low now. Gasek picks up in front of the net. Heaney makes a nice defensive play. Broken out by Marist. Almost kept in there by number 7, Nick Ray. Army looking to get back into the zone. Brendan Connor makes some space. Shot on net. Great save by Russo. Broken out now by Marist. Bruno Hart on the forecheck. Battling on the blue line, on the Army blue line. Taken into the zone now is number 25, Symmetris. Symmetris creates space in the middle, and that is tipped wide to the Zamboni doors.
Nice hit by Faraday.
Picked up along the wall now is Army's Wagner. Sacco throws a body against Wagner, and that turns it over, and Wild takes behind the net. Wild shoots that one up the middle, and that's a turnover to number 2, Tris Tamer at the Army red line. And that'll be offsides for Army.
Died, bro. We're losing 5-3.
And we're back, puck drop, folks. That was an offside by Army. 6:55 remaining in the third period. Army broken down into their own zone, now broken back into their zone is number 10, Henry Miller. Turned over, and Matt Sacco picks it up.
Oh, he has Butchick wide open and fails to pass.
Picked up in his own zone is Chambers. Chambers back to Tamer behind the net, looking up high to Miller. Miller, leg
a
check
large hit.
by Rich Williams, no call there. Oh, wide open on a 2-on-0. And Marist is going to get the call there for a leg check. That will be Richie Williams. Kind of a dangerous hit there, but I believe it'll be either a leg check or an interference call here on Richie Williams. 6:23 left in the third period. It's an interference call, 2-minute minor.
Yeah, as we said earlier, Army's bench was really barking for that call. They currently have 8 people standing behind the bench. Not sure what their jobs are. One of them looks like he just came from a battle. One suspended player and just some people kind of yelling at the refs, but Marist will prevail.
Army working their power play, dumped out now by Zach Taylor, excuse me. Army back in the neutral zone. Number 2, Tamer breaks it in for Army. Bringing it around, shot wide, up to number 4, that is
Oh, great
Russo.
save.
Great save by Russo.
Unbelievable
Keeping
save.
it out of the net. Oh my goodness. Delia got about 3 whacks on that. Russo is laying on his back and it just hit him a couple times. Couldn't get the rebound and they blow the whistle dead. Blow the play dead.
Russo continues to stand on his head, trying to keep Marist in it late in the game.
And they're going to move this draw outside of the zone. I believe Army player was inside the crease. The officiating, having a lot of conversations on whether what to do like after whistles. Really delaying the game here. Now 3 officials are involved in the conversation.
Our cameraman is no longer with us. We had enough of him for today. I think he struggled
I believe the
mightily to get
officiating
this
is
together.
discussing whether that was a goal or not. No goal call. The officiating is discussing with Army head coach. Army head coach Eric Batewell.
I would love to know, Adam, who is the general behind the bench? Do we know, or is there? It looks like a military personnel behind the bench.
I believe it is Captain John Cotton, assistant coach for Army,
Okay.
in his uniform. Here's a Bruno to Tamer. Tamer in the zone. Bruno makes space in the middle. Goes wide. Bruno taking it wide. Slowing down the play for Army. Bruno has it now. Bruno with a shot on net. Back. Russo, what a save!
Unbelievable save.
Russo continues to just make save after many chances for Army in front of the net. Delia now Trying to get it, and Wild ices it to get Marist a breather here on their penalty kill. Monahan plays that to Chambers, the captain for Army. Chambers takes it back into his own zone, fighting with Bruno along the wall. Here's Armada. Armada back to James Stevens.
The freshman D pair out right now.
Stevens sends that one 200 feet, and that'll be picked up by number 15, Brennan Connor, the defenseman for Army. Brennan Connor up now to Clark Wagner. Clark Wagner driving wide, stops. Up back to Connor. Shot there by Army. Corno.
Marist bench is extremely loud. I'm sorry, Army's bench is extremely loud. They need to get a couple people off that bench.
Army battling along the blue line. Marist is now back to full strength.
Yeah, that's a penalty.
And Army's going to go
that's
down.
That's a penalty. Without a doubt. We have a suspended player chirping the ref. This is quite the scene here.
Looks like
Lack of discipline for Army
Looks like Army's
over
Luke
people
Gasek.
who pride themselves on discipline and excellence.
The sophomore Luke Gasek is going to go to the box, and Marist is going to go up on a 2-minute power play.
And video seems to be back for the final 5 here at Tate Arena in West Point, New York.
Marist will take a timeout here. King of West Cedar out there, number 22, Nolan Faraday, looking to make something happen on this Red Fox power play. I mean, Matt, Anthony Russo tonight, just unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Faced 43 shots,
Incredible.
5 goals on 43
Spectacular.
shots. He's been playing out of his mind.
I mean, there was no surprise that he was going to be the starter today against one of the top teams in the SCCHL. Just a stellar performance. And really, we've had 3 stellar performances now. First game against Rutgers, incredible performance. Last night, the home opener against Stack, AJ Schauder with an incredible performance. And then back here tonight, Russo has kept Marist alive as they could be. You know, maybe a little second period lull by Marist has let Russo down, but he has kept them in it. And now with 4 minutes to go, a man up. Hopefully they can tie this up. We will see.
No doubt goaltending is a strong suit for this Marist team, though.
Absolutely. We have a top line for Marist and the top D pair. Hopefully we'll get something done here. Stolman goes down.
And that's out by Army. Matt Sacco looks to retrieve it behind his own net. Gives it to Tyler Stoneman. Stoneman looking for options up the ice, and he takes it.
He's moving.
Stoneman gets it on net. Wide by Monahan. Wild now. Back to Bruno on the point. Bruno, shot, blocked, and that'll be dumped out by number 5, John Neonhus. That's a tough name I have not been able to figure out tonight. Here's Bruno. Bruno over to Sacco. Wild. Intercepted there by the Army defense.
Bodies flying in the neutral zone.
Brendan Connor picks it up now, and he shoots that high through Sacco's glove. Picked up by number 5, Neonhus. Neonhus stopped at the blue line by Rich Williams. Williams looks to Bruno. Bruno looking to break it in and make something happen for the Marist. So power play, and they go offsides.
Oh, no. Marist is getting in their own way from coming back in this one.
Dumped in by Army here. Russo goes to retrieve the puck back to Woodhead. Pressure on by
That's
Runo.
a penalty. Oh, my.
Runo stick caught in Woodhead's arms.
4 members of West Cedar are attempting to take down a West Point, man. It just did not really work
Intercepted by number 15, Brennan Connor.
there. Oh, goodness.
Over to
What a
Bruno.
pass.
Bad pass off the skate, but a great opportunity for Army.
Great look, bad execution. Hopefully Marist can take it out. And 2-2-2 left here to go.
Connor out now. Picked up by Russo. Russo over to Taylor. Trying to get a quick break up as Marist power play comes to an end. And Woodhead collects behind the net. Looking for options up the ice. Stevens open on the far wall. He goes to him. Stevens tips that one up. And picked up by defenseman Anthony Chambers. Chambers chips it over to Stevens. Stevens got pressure on him. Delia. Russo plays the puck behind the net.
A little
Looking
too
goes
far
to
out of reach for Woodhead. Marist has to get possession if they want any chance of scoring one here.
Stevens
Nice
down.
reverse hit.
Good reverse. And Army continues to pepper.
Yeah, the forecheck here is hard. Woodhead got to get on it. Ducked out of the hit there.
Here's Delia for Army. Slap shot on net by Chris Tamer. That was steered wide. Army looking to make something happen in front of the net. That goes behind the net. Picked up again by Delia. Delia has it now. Over to Sexton. Broken out by Sean Bruno. Bruno. To Taylor. Little back pass off the pad of Monahan. And it's loose in front of the net. Nobody there to pick it up. Sacco picks it up in neutral zone. Rich Williams looks to slow down the pace of play. Sacco takes it. Passes it to Bruno. Bruno looks to dump it in, but it's stopped at Army's own blue line by Tamer. Tamer ends up breaking it wide. Fighting for it now is Miller and Wild. Stoneman picks up that puck, breaking it in their own, trying to get into the Army zone. Bruno with a shot on net, low, steered wide by Monahan. Wild picks up the rebound on the wall. Stoneman behind the net. Richie Williams a turnover at the top of the circles to Aruno. They are battling now against the wall. 10 seconds remaining in the third period. And it looks like Army's going to take this game with 3 seconds remaining. And that'll do, folks. Army takes this game 5-3 on top of the Marist Red Foxes. They outshot Marist 43-29. Tough break for Marist today. I mean, they played pretty well. Had some pretty physicality, some good efforts, but you know, Army just looked to be the better team today. Anthony Russo, not much he could have done. Stood on his head for Marist, kept him really in the game here, kept it a close game.
A little bit of a second period lull there. One unfortunate thing to come out of this game is that Johnny Wong is down. Not sure the status of his injury, but it doesn't look good. But hopefully we will regroup for Clarkson next weekend, and still 2-1 is nothing to scoff about.
But definitely the physicality part got to Marist. Losing some bodies on the bench today. Hopefully they'll be healthy and recovered for Clarkson next weekend. And we will see you there, folks.